That's so f***ed up.
I have been waiting a long time to talk to you guys about one of my favorite movies. So welcome to the movies that me up. Have you ever seen a movie that had a long-lasting effect on you? Well, yeah, this was it for me. First, let me tell you something. I am scared shitless about cabins. I can count on one hand how many cabins I have stayed at, and I'm not scared of Jason. No, I'm scared of the real shit like this. I am talking about 2008 movie, These Strangers, written and directed by Brian Bertino. It stars Scott Speedman as James and Liv Tyler as Kristen. So, what is this movie about? Well, first, when we start, we are shown statistics of murders from the FBI talking about all these unsolved murders. Then we get the 911 call with the little boy talking about blood being everywhere. Then we are introduced to Kristen and James. They're at a friend's wedding, and during this wedding, James decides to propose to Kristen, and she says no. Later on, in an isolated cabin, yeah, no, like really, no, I'm good. But anyways, they go to the family cabin to try to deal with basically her saying no. And while they're there, first of all, we get a little glimpse of what seems to be the couple's last night. You know, the conversations, the music, but then there's a knock at the door. A woman is at the door looking for Tamara. They tell her there's no Tamara there, and the girl leaves. So after some strange person knocks at the door, I mean, listen, really. It's the middle of the night, you're in a cabin, and somebody's knocking on the fucking door. Are you gonna open it? How many of you open the door right now in the homes that you live in the suburbs or what have you, let alone in a cabin? James leaves, and while he's gone, the girl comes back looking for Tamara. So when James gets back, this is when we meet our killers. I'm gonna be honest with you, if they'd showed up at my house, I would probably piss my pants. But, you know, let's hope that they don't. But in this movie, man with a mask, doll face, and pinup girl. Fun fact, this movie claims to be inspired by true events. Well, the inspiration for the movie was the Manson family murders and the Ketty cabin murders. As with other movies, I really don't give you a whole lot. There is a great cat and mouse chase with the killers trying to get James and Kristen. Eventually, they do get them, and this is why you are here. For the movies that me up. You may not need a shot for this one, but you know what? I do. This one messed me up.
We go to check this shit out. I look up in the tree, and there's the fucking king of the jungle.
So when I first saw this movie, Adam got me an unrated version for Christmas. He had gone up to New York, so I decided, let me check it out, because generally I watch the movies first. As with most horror fans, I hope, I waited till the nighttime, had all the blinds closed, windows shut, everything, you know, wanted to be completely in the dark. And I'm watching this movie, and I'm sitting there like all kinds of freaked out. And then you find that both Kristen and James have been captured. Kristen then asked them, why are you doing this to us? Fun fact, this, for me, is the scariest line I have heard in horror. Because Dollface says, because you were home. Wait, what? Excuse me? No, man. So yeah, I paused the movie, got up, turned on every single fucking light. I then went around and checked that all the windows were locked. I put the bar on the sliding door. I got a step stool to put up against my dryer and the door to the carport. Then I propped up a chair behind the door. That shit scared the fuck out of me because I was home alone. And this type of movie, it's not like, you know, Jason, Michael, and all those. This is like, it could be real. And here I am, home alone, watching this. And the bitch said, because you were home. Yeah, I turned into a complete and total wuss. Everything was secured. And then, of course, I have to finish watching the movie. So I sat down, finished watching the movie. When I laid down, I left the light on in the living room, which shines into the hallway. So that way, in case a figure comes through, I can see the shadow. I also slept with a knife next to me. The next morning, when I got up, went through my day, and then I started hiding shit around my house. So in case somebody comes in here, yeah, it's gonna be some Aaron from Your Next type of shit that's gonna be fucking hitting them, because that's how much this movie fucking freaked me out. I'm sitting home alone. I mean, it could happen to me. Her simply saying, because you were home, hit me, and I wussed out. The movie still has that effect on me now. I don't go to bed without making sure that everything is locked. I put all those safety features on because I'm home alone. I got a dog, but that bitch might say hello to the fucking killer for all I know. She might bark at first and be like, hey, hello, and then I'm screwed. Also, the last time I went out to a cabin with friends, I purposely picked the room that had the best vantage point for me to survive, knowing that my friends would be the alarm. Not sorry. However, I made sure that I picked a room that I would survive in case killers showed up. I recommend this movie. I told Rick about it, and over, he finally checked it out and saw how good of a movie it was. It gives the creep factor of being home alone and just being scared and somebody chasing after you. I honestly, again, I told you in the beginning, if these fuckers showed up and ended up in my house, I'd piss my pants. I'd reach for the shit that I have hidden. It's not a gun. Like I said, it's gonna be some Aaron shit. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you thought of The Strangers. And until then, I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.
Why are you doing this to us? Because you were home.